Life is a challenge, and the way through the challenge is to stay calm and ask yourself, what is the next right move? Mr. Toastmaster and fellow Toastmasters, tonight I'm going to introduce myself to you. I'm Varnika, or as I was officially named, Varnika Vijay, back on the 3rd of May 1990. Oh, and I'll save you the maths, I'm 29. I discovered this quote many years ago, and when I heard these words gave me hope and a direction to move in. Because at that time, I was at a crossroads in my life. I was born the second child to my very loving parents in a small town in India called Patna. As the younger daughter of the family, I was always so loved, protected, and sometimes a little spoiled too. I had a beautiful childhood. My parents started from the scratch, but with extreme hard work, they went on to be very successful. They well established a family business and built a beautiful family home, where we all lived together, full of love, laughter, banter, music, and just spent a lot of quality time together. Life was perfect. And just when you say the word perfect, everything falls apart. One day, I came back home from school and realized my parents were home. I knew something was not right because normally they would be at work during that time of the day. Before I could even make sense of what was going on, I heard a sound I had never heard before. A sound so loud that shook me like wind rustling through a tree full of leaves all over. I was terrified. For a moment, the world around me stopped. I had no idea what had just happened. And the next moment, it was all chaotic. Police sirens, phones ringing, and my parents frantically rushing around the house to see what was going on. I'm sure all of you are curious to know what that sound was. It was actually a bomb blast. But luckily, a crude bomb. A bomb with enough intensity to scare us to death, to break all of the glass doors and windows of our house, but just not enough to blow us all up. My dad, since that morning, had been getting ransom calls and was being demanded huge amount of extortion money. Then came the unexpected, and something that changed my perfect life overnight. My parents, to ensure my safety, decided to move me to another city, away from the darkness of the goons. At first, I said no. I didn't want to leave my parents in that scary situation. I didn't want to leave my friends. I didn't want to leave school. I didn't want to leave home. But then I thought to myself, what will be my next right move? Staying here and adding to the worries of my parents, or just trusting their decision? The next day, I moved to the capital city of India, Delhi. Through this experience, I learned that moving houses was very different from leaving home. And sometimes, if you can't change the past, it is just best forgotten. And that I did and moved on. Fast forward 8 years. I graduated from uni and started practicing as a dentist. But every day I went to work, it was like a nightmare for me because I just wasn't enjoying being a dentist. I was good at my work, but was I passionate about it? No. One night, staring into the darkness of the vast sky, a voice inside me asked, why? Why am I choosing to stay in something that I'm not enjoying? I'm comfortable, but miserable. That was my aha moment. And with that, I asked myself again, what should be my next right move? Finally, I decided to call it quits with pulling people's teeth out and decided to pursue my post-graduation in public health. And what better place to study public health than New Zealand, where it all originated? But I had one last challenge. I had to convince my then boyfriend, now husband Neil, to move to New Zealand with me. It was a bit challenging at first, but he knew that I was a catch. So finally, we boarded that plane together and off we came across the seven seas. I completed my post-graduation in public health and I was now on the lookout for jobs. Rejections after rejections is what I got. And rejections not because of my skill sets, qualifications or education, but because I did not have a favorable work visa. I persevered and finally got a job offer from the Auckland District Health Board. But this particular role was a step back in my career. At that point, I asked myself again, what should be my next right move? To decline this offer because it did not justify my worth, or to accept the opportunity and make this the turning point of my career? Ladies and gentlemen, by staying calm and taking that one right move after the other, I have reached to the point where I am today, happy, satisfied and content in the clinical role I always aspired to do. I have now realized that I have chosen a field that I'm really passionate about. But I know there's always room to grow. My goal now is to progress through that career ladder, become the team leader, the regional coordinator, and maybe one day the national clinical lead. 2 months ago, when I walked through the doors of the gate Papakura, sat there amongst you all to attend my first Toastmasters meeting, and listen to the amazing speakers up on the stage, I asked myself, what should be my next right move? Tonight, standing here in front of all of you, sharing my story through the Zoom meeting, I can confidently say I could not have taken a better decision than joining Toastmasters Papakura, where leaders are made.